Welcome back to another lesson. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to learn Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play the first part. And then I'm going to show you the part that comes after that. And then lastly, I'm going to give you my thought process for turning that into some Hendrixy type of. Those some beautiful chords. Anyways, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first, we need to learn something new called PIMA. If you've never heard of PIMA before, it's some finger-style guitar thing. So the P stands for pulgar. Then you got I, which is indices, which is your first finger. Then you got M, which is medio, which is your middle finger. Then you got A, which is angular, which is your third finger. Sometimes it's called P Mac. The C is your pinky. That means chiquito. Chiquito. I think C is my favorite. Chiquito. Chiquito. Tengo un chiquito. Anyways, P equals thumb, I equals index, M equals middle, and A equals ring finger. That's all you need to know for now. So when you look at the tab, you can see on the notes, well, the notated parts, I'll put PIMA to let you know which finger to use for which notes you're playing. So you're gonna bar the 5th fret of the D, G, and B and E string, and then all you want to do is put your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the D string. So now we've got a nice A minor chord, but you want to rest your thumb of your right hand on top of the D string, and then don't hook, but just have your 1st finger underneath the G string, your 2nd finger underneath the B string, and then your 3rd finger underneath the high E string. Yeah, so my fingers look like this from this angle. Cool, so on the tab, we're not just playing the strings at the same time like a chord, we're playing them one by one. So we'll play the D string with our thumb, and then the G string with our index, the B string with our middle, and then the E string with our 3rd finger. Right? Now I'm not gonna say, yo, play this string with your thumb and blah 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 blah. Just know that your thumb's always going to be on the D string, your 1st finger's always going to be on the G string, your 2nd finger's always going to be on the B string, and your 3rd finger's always going to be on the E string. Yeah? For now at least. Cool. So we've done the 1st chord. The next chord, we keep our 1st finger barring the 5th fret of the D, G, B, and E string, but get your 2nd finger and put it on the 6th fret of the D string, and then get your 3rd finger and put on the 7th fret of the high E string. And now we're going to pluck the D and high E string together, so thumb and 3rd finger at the same time, and then pluck the B string, and then pluck the G string. And last, you're going to play the high E string with your 3rd finger. So when you put these two little parts together, you've got this. One more time. Notice how my 1st finger does not move. I'm still barring the 5th fret. Here, I'll still bar the 5th fret, but now I'm taking my 2nd and 3rd finger off, and I'll put my pinky on the 8th fret of the high E string. And then we're going to do the same pattern we did just now. We're going to pluck the D and high E string together with our thumb and 3rd finger, and then B string, G string, then high E string. All together. Now I want you to bow the second fret of the D, G, B and E string. Put your second finger on the third fret of the B string and your third finger on the fourth fret of the D string. And here we're going to do the same pattern. Plug the D and high E string together, then B, then G, then high E. All together. If you're playing this for the first time, it might be a bit difficult to jump from here to suddenly here, but with everything, just practice, bro. That's all you need to do. 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. If you want to do it really quickly, 1 hour a day, bro, 2 hours, just practice. Now the last bit is a nice little F major 7 chord. All you have to do is put your first finger on the first fret of the B string, second finger on the second fret of the G string, and third finger on the third fret of the D string. Here we're going to plug the D and high E string together. Bro, I forgot the song, 1 second. There we go, cool. So you plug the D and high E string together. And then, I wish I had the tabs on my phone that I could follow while I'm recording the video, but I don't. And then B, then G, then B again. Yeah. Then we're gonna take a tiny break and then do E, B, G. So it's like ba da da da, ga da da, ba da da da, da da da. So if I play it from the chord before that, da 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 da, da da da, easy enough. So if I play it all together, it would sound like this. Now for the last bit, which is the easiest bit. You're going to put your first finger on the second fret of the A string, my bad. And then you're going to put your thumb on the A string as well. And then put your first finger on the G string, or underneath the G string, on your right hand. And then you just want to plug the A and G string together. Just once. And then put the first finger of your left hand on the second fret of the G string. Keep your thumb on the A string and keep your first finger on the G string on the right hand, and then plug that twice. So again, it's just this. You could just like put your second finger on the second fret of the G string if you want. It's up to you. But that's it. So for that first line of chords at the top, 4 strings, your thumb's always on the D string and the other finger's on the G, B and E string. But just for this part, your thumb's going on the A string and your first finger's going on the G string. And then lastly, we're just going to do that dun, dun. So you just play an open A string, then slide up to the 8th fret, and then just play the 7th fret. So if I play that all together, it's gonna sound like this. I'll play it really slowly, so join in or replay this part of the video. And yeah, I'll go through it like 3 times around. last time. Nice. Let's move on to part 2. Part 2 sounds like this. And it's very easy to play. But I haven't actually tabbed it out yet, so I'm just gonna go tab it out real quick and then come back to the video. I'll see you then. Okay, cool, that's all done. Here I want you to play an open A string with your thumb, and then play the second fret of the A string also with your thumb. Easy enough. Next, I just want you to play a C chord. Third finger on the third fret of the A string, second finger on the second fret of the D string, open G string, my mustache is itching me, and then first finger on the first fret of the B string, and then E string open. Play every string except the low E string. I just want you to look at the tab and start getting used to spotting patterns. Whenever you see 1, 2, 3 in like this order on these strings, just think, yeah, it's a C chord. When you're looking at tabs, don't just think of it as random numbers, but always think, have I played this before? Because then you'll learn songs way faster, right? So, we're not going to strum the C chord, we're going to finger pick it. You want to play the third fret of the A string with your thumb. How can I word this a bit faster? I don't want to go too fast because I know some people are going to say, you're going too fast, bro. But I just want to make it a bit more efficient, you know? You know what I mean? Play the A string with your thumb, and then play the D string with your thumb, and then play the G string with your first finger, and then get your third finger and play the high E string. Yeah. Next, I want you to do a D chord shape. But here I want you to play the D string with your thumb and then the high E string with your third finger at the same time. And then play the B string with your middle finger, G string with your first finger, and then the... Bro, I forgot. Is it the high E string? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so D and E string, then B string, G string, then E string again. And then we got the F major 7 chord, third finger on the third fret of the D string, second finger on the second fret of the G string, first finger on the first fret of the B string. And here you want to pinch the D string and E string again, play the B string, then G string, then high E string again. And then lastly, you want to play the A string with your thumb and then the B string with your third finger. But here we're going to hammer onto the first fret as we play this note. So it's going to sound like this. Immediate hammer on, and then we'll get our middle finger and play the second fret of the G string. This is just an A minor chord. So if I put it all together, it would sound like this. time. Easy enough. The next part's really simple. It's going to repeat itself a bit, but we're only going to change one chord and the ending. Yeah. Let me check the tab, bro. Now we'll do that again. 0 to 2 on the A string. And here I want you to play that C chord shape again, but we're going to play the A string and the B string at the same time with our thumb and third finger. Middle finger on the open G string. First finger on the D string. Then play the high E string with your third finger. Then we're going to play a G chord. But you don't have to play the full G chord. You can just play the notes on the tab, but I find it easier to just do the full chord. So you'll pinch the E strings, one with your thumb, one with your third finger. Middle finger on the B string. Then first finger on the open G string. And then we're going to play a D chord, but you're going to put your pinky on the third fret of the high E string. And then you're going to pull off to the second fret of the high E string. So look at my pinky, I'm just pulling off as I play it. Yeah? So sound like this. Oh. One more time. So you can see this as like the first part of part 2. And then the second time round, it's going to be the same exact thing. We're just going to change how we play the D chord at the end. So it'll sound like this. But now when we get to this D chord, I want you to strum it. And then we're going to do a little embellishment thing. We're going to take our middle finger off. Then put your middle finger on the second fret of the high E string. Then put your pinky on the third fret of the high E string. So you want to get that sound. So one more time. So the first time round we'll just do on the D chord, but the second time round we'll play the D chord normally, and then do that little 0, 2, 3 on the high E string. Yeah. So that's basically how you play the finger picking part of the song. I'll play from start to finish what I've taught you in this video, and I'll play it slowly so you can follow along, and then yeah, just replay the video. And Bob's your uncle, you got it, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a bad count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do it again. Now for the second part. D chord. Again. I've got no clue what happened here, but my audio died, so I'll just sing the last note. Da! And then, yeah, you've... I don't know what I'm saying in the video. I'm saying something. It's probably important, but I know... Okay, never mind. We're going to the Hendrix part. For this sort of style, you always need to know the key of the song. If you don't know the key, you don't have a map. And if you don't have a map, how are you meant to know where you're going, right? So I know the key of the song is C major. And my whole fretboard will reflect the C major scale. Similar to a piano, you look at a piano and all of the white keys is the C major scale, right? So my whole fretboard will look like that. Not the cage system, not this guitar hack, not this simple trick that will unlock the fretboard. All you need is the major scale, right? After that, I need to figure out what chords are happening within the key. In C, we've got C. In C, we've got C. C. Comprehendo. Entiendo. You got C, then D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B flat diminished, and then C again. 7 chords. Now, the first thing that's played in this song is this line. And the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, what's the first note? They're playing 7 on the D string. And from there, what are the other notes' relationship to that 7? This is an A note, and then they're playing a flat 3, and then a 5, and then an octave. 1, flat 3, 5 makes a minor chord. So this tells me it's an A minor. This tells me it's a minor. Pause. So we've got an A minor chord, and I know within the key of C, that's the 6th chord. So immediately, that's telling me, okay, here, A minor, 6. Whenever I'm on the 6th chord, and it's on the E string, immediately I'm thinking, yeah, I can just do shape 1 pentatonic. Right? Easy stuff. So on that chord, I'm just thinking I can play an A minor chord and then do some pentatonic. Maybe not that bluesy, but I can just mess around with that pentatonic shape 1. The next chord, or the next thing they're playing in the song is... Now this note is on the flat 6, which isn't part of the key of C, right? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 8. There's no flat 6. Sounds really jazzy. But immediately I'm thinking, okay, if that's the next chord and that's the root note, what are the other notes' relationship to it? You've got root, you've got a 3rd, you've got a 5th, no, sharp 5. Immediately that's already telling me, yeah, it's an augmented chord. So within the key of C, the next chord will be a flat 6, but they're turning that flat 6 into an augmented chord. So we have 6 as a minor chord, and flat 6 as augmented, right? Now when it comes to embellishments for weird chords like that, you can mix it within the pentatonic scale. So I'm still doing, ooh. within that shape 1 pentatonic. But I'm keeping in mind visually, not theoretically or intervallically, I'm just visually looking at my chord shape, and I'm thinking, within my pentatonic shapes, I just have to target those notes. Then the next chord, I'm thinking, what notes are being played here? Now in the intro, I went to a G chord, which does work depending on how you play it, but in this song, it's going to be a C chord. We have the 5th, we have the root, the 1, and then the 3rd, and then the root again. So it's like an inversion. So since it's the C chord and I know the key is C, I know this is 1. So now I'm thinking you've got 6, flat 6, but augmented, and then you got 1. And then what's the next chord? This is a D chord. But again, it's like an inversion. It's starting on the 3rd of the chord. 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3. Or you could just do over here. So they're missing out the root note, but it's still a D chord. The next is an F chord, F major 7. Because you've got... And that's the 4th chord in the key. Root note being on the 3rd fret of the D string. And then we've got... Here I'm thinking, what sounds good with that? When I was kind of learning this song, I thought E minor sounds like that part. And then A minor sounds like the next part. With the E minor, it's going to be playing the 5th and the flat 3. And then for the A minor part, you've got it's just an octave interval. So now I'm thinking, okay, we've got 6, flat 6 but augmented. Then we got C, 1. Then 2, but they're making a major chord. That's interesting. And then they got 4. Then 3. Then 6. So with all of this, I'm just keeping track of where my pentatonic shapes are and just doing some little pentatonic double stop stuff. This one's a bit harder to play. And then C, D, F, then E minor, then A minor. Now, the reason I went to 5 in the intro was because I thought that this note, which was the 3rd chord, was the root note, the 5th fret of the D string. So I just assumed, yeah, it's the 5th chord. But when I was listening back to it, I thought, okay, it doesn't really sound like part of the song. The C sounds better, but it does work. You can go from 6, flat 6, 5, then flat 5, and you can turn that into a minus 7, flat 5. That sounds really good. And then to 4. So you've got this descending bass line. another one that I was doing was 6, 10, what was it? I did an inversion of a minor 7 flat 5, starting on the flat 5 on the E string. What was it? This was D minus 7 flat 5, but an inversion. And then you could turn the 5th chord into a minor chord, minor 9 if you want. And then you can do that flat 5 by just moving your first finger down 1 fret, still bowing. Sounds really pretty. And then again, 4th chord, F major. You could turn into F minor. Dun 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 dun.